You need to be authentic, because authenticity stands out. It stands out from the average person, the average just in general. You need to be authentic and true to yourself, true to what you want to do. Don't be doing what everyone else is doing. I've said that in other videos, but we're going to get into it a little deeper this time around. Being authentic is something that you're really good at naturally. You have a gift for. Everyone is born with a natural gift. You know, it just takes us time to figure it out. You know, some of us may know from an early age. Parent or guardian might recognize it, or you might recognize it yourself. You know, or you wait till you're a little older, until you're middle and high school, when you really want to figure out what you want to do for the rest of your life long term, what you're good at, what you're naturally good at, and what you can work on. But whatever you're naturally good at, you got to find a way to use that to your advantage, to stand out and, make money from it. Because that's what people do nowadays. Influencers and all that, you know, shenanigans stuff, that's what they do. You know, they're authentic to themselves. If you're going to be authentic, you got to be unique. Even if it's kind of the same thing. I know some people are into the same thing, but you got to put your own twist on it. You got to stand out. You know, why do you think when it comes to TikTok challenges and TikTok dances and all this other stuff, I don't even know if TikTok dances are still like a thing, you know, but like, let's say like the next trendy dance or song or whatever, you know, everyone's playing it, everyone's doing it, you know, but who's going to get the most views, right? Who's going to get the most views? The person with the most views is going to be the one who's already been doing certain things. Like if their content has always been about doing challenges like all the time, or put their own twist on it, then most likely they're going to get a lot of views. Even though I kind of think that's time wasting. I mean, I personally couldn't. That's just not for me, but you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to say. You have to find something that's authentic to you. And that takes time. You know, you have to really venture out, and you have to try different things to even establish that and to really figure that out. And that can always change. It can always fluctuate. Don't just live life on autopilot and expect just to be normal. But like a lot of people only want to do just enough to get by. That's why finances are not, you know, you can't just do enough to get by and you expect your finances to be sky high. And we're not paid by our time, we're paid by our value. So if you're not providing more value, then what makes you think you're going to get paid more money? And every situation is different, you know, every situation on said anything, you know, but that's the gist of it. You're paid off of it because there's not enough time. You know, time is something you can't get back. So you want to make sure that you're using the time to increase your value, increasing skills. Skills pay the bills, right? So make sure you do that, and your finances will skyrocket. But that takes time. It takes time to master. You know, you have to put in so many hours just to get good at it, and then more hours to get great, more hours to be the best, greatest of all time, GOAT. Same thing as sports. The hours behind the scenes, the hours putting into the basketball court, the football field, baseball field, anything. Hours and hours of replication. Why do you think Stephen Curry, if you know Stephen Curry, NBA basketball, why do you think he's one of the best shooters ever, of all time? Because he practiced hours of shooting. Why do you think this dude could shoot from anywhere on the court and it always goes in, no matter how close you are to him, no matter how close you guard him, no matter how good of a defense you play? It's always the pick and roll, set the screen, go behind, and just launch the ball up. But he's precise with it. He's practiced. He's gotten used to the jump shot. He's gotten used to shooting at every area of the court to where he can just pull up and shoot in your face. And bam, it's just swish most of the time. It doesn't even roll around at most of the time. It just goes straight all net. You know, that's what you got to think about life. You got to look at it as it's going to be loops. It's going to be hard. But that's the thing. You don't see that behind the scenes. Even if, you know, your local news station goes to a team's practice, they're just showing you clips of their practice. They're not showing you the struggle, the heavy breathing, the pain that they're in, the you know, the medical team, the medical people, or the trainers on the sideline treating them, not only at the games, but in practice. You don't see that on the news. The news just show you the good stuff. They just show you, oh yeah, LeBron made a layup, but they're practicing three-pointers. Yeah. They don't want the news to show you the struggle that really goes on behind closed doors. Even when you're at the top, it's still hard. Conditioning levels are different from high school and college. They're different from college to the NBA. It's just different levels. There's levels to this. And if you're not constantly elevating and leveling up, you're going to get left behind. That's one reason why a lot of, you know, professional athletes may not last in the league, because they just couldn't adapt to that level. you know, to be the best and to really get their name out there, to be a well-known superstar. That's why they don't last long in the league. You know, but sometimes that might have been a blessing in disguise. Maybe it just wasn't meant. Maybe it was just meant for like a season or two, or however few years, and then kind of diverge off into other things. But I mean, they were still getting paid more than the average American. So it's what they did with the money that they could have bounced back financially and be like, okay, this didn't work. I didn't get all the millions I wanted, but I made more than enough money so I could invest in something else. You know, it's how you use it. It's a mindset thing. You have to be able to be authentic in yourself. Find that authentic you, the true version of you. Explore it. If you know it, great. Use it to your advantage. Provide some sort of service to people. Get some reps in. It all starts with an idea at the end of the day. Once you figure that out, it starts with an idea. Quickly analyze, take notes, and then just get to stepping, get the reps in. Because if you overanalyze, you're going to hesitate and you're not even going to want to start. So that is not something you want to do. But the last thing I can say is just authenticity will literally elevate you, because there is so many people who are the same that just want to smoke, drink, do this other recreation. The generation is cooked, it's fried, toasted, baked, whatever the slang is now, it's just screwed all the way up. Okay, like every person you see, it's always some. You know, that doesn't make them a bad person. It just makes them lazy. It makes them just not all the way there. It's like they can say they want some, but it's kind of like you shouldn't be doing that if you haven't gotten what you want. That's supposed to be your fun when you've accomplished something, not your fun to avoid it. You know what I mean? But really, that's the end of this video. That just a little quick insight on how being authentic is very important, how it can really elevate your life and career. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. Comment, like, subscribe, comment any other future videos you may want to see down below. Make sure you turn on the post notifications. That way you get notified every time I drop a video. If this resonated with you, save it, internalize it, rewatch if you need to. If you know someone who needs to see this, who's very authentic in their own ways but don't know how to apply it, send that video to them, share it. And at the end of the day, just stay true to yourself and don't try to fit in with anyone, especially if it's going to harm you or self-damage you. But until next time, I'll see you on the next one.